Hello everyone and welcome back to the 30-day mythical creature drawing challenge. If you have seen the previous video, you know that I took way too long making the drawing for Warlock, which is interesting because just after something that long, I actually made the quickest sketch so far. The word of the day is Banshee, and this one really only took about 20 minutes, but I must say it's one of my favorites, which somehow comes to show that it's not always about the time and the effort you put into a drawing or a painting or whatever it is you're creating. Sometimes it's really more about inspiration. I make the joke in the description that this drawing is my homage to every woman who's ever had a terrible job. You know, to all the Cassandras in mythology, to all the Banshees, to every character who has just been basically cursed with having a terrible job. And the Banshee has a terrible job. They are basically, as far as I understand it, a spirit from Irish folklore that heralds the death of someone, a family member usually. So, you know, they wail, they keen, but in short, I don't think that they can help but be the heralds of bad news. Usually bad news. I mean, I'm not going to talk about, you know, that uncle that no one likes but is really rich and has a great house that you hope to inherit. But it's usually seen as a spirit that is not welcome. And I imagine it must be difficult and it must be lonely to be that one person that no one wants to hear because you have bad news to share. And so this Banshee is really struggling with maintaining silence, not wanting to once again be the bearer of bad news. She is shutting herself down. She's denying her own sort of cursed gift so that she doesn't have to once again be the bearer of bad news. The drawing itself is quite simple. I really just use blue pencil to do the underlying of the drawing and basically to do that first very rough outline of the shapes. Then mechanical pencil for the details. And later on I bring in another sort of mechanical pencil that's a bit wider to just do the dress, which I decided to make black and all very much ragged and used. I wanted this character to definitively look like a societal outcast, so I brought in a lot of long hair, frayed edges on the dress to give her that look. Two more interesting details before we wrap up is that I actually hate drawing hair. I really never enjoyed it. I think it's a bit of a tedious part of the drawing process, having to do all these little small scratchy textures, but for some reason I often find myself doing characters with rather long or complex hair, and this is one of them. And the second funny fact is that while not included in the footage, I spent a lot of time putting my hands over my own mouth to understand how the arms and the hands would behave. So I didn't have a mirror in front of me. I had to use my own body to create this pose in order to understand how it could work. and it did the trick. It might not be the most accurate of all time, but it's quite passable, and for me that's enough in these challenges. And here we are, another challenge day completed. I really, really, really love this drawing. I am completely enamored with it. I hope you enjoyed it too. And even though it's been a rather simple and straightforward process, a rather simple drawing compared to some of the others I have done, I hope that you have enjoyed it. The link of the prompt list I'm following is in the description, so if you'd like to join and follow along and then share as well your results if you feel like it, I would love to see them. Thank you to everyone who's been watching, following, subscribing and commenting. Of course, thank you to the people supporting me on Patreon. It makes it a lot easier to make these videos, and there's a couple of cool extra rewards there for anyone who's interested. You can go check it out. All the links are in the description, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thank you.